Good evening. We are live in the den on the campus of Beechwood High School in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky, where we will be bringing you live play-by-play action of tonight's battle between your 9-2 Beechwood Tigers, led by Coach Eric Getz, and the 7-1 St. Henry Crusaders, the Crew, led by Coach David Faust. I'm Mike Murphy. My partner tonight is the Councilman Greg Polgears. Our producer is Katie Murphy, and we are the Beechwood Sports Radio Network. Greg, big game. Big
game, buddy. Big game. Revenge on the mind of the Tigers tonight.
Absolutely. Less than 3 weeks ago, January 15th, here at the Den in the semifinals of this year's 9th Region All-A Classic, our Tigers were knocked off by St. Henry 59-52 in one of the most devastating losses we've witnessed since we've been covering this program. In that contest, the Crew, led by senior forward Jude Bessler, 17 points, outplayed, outmuscled, and out-toughed our Tigers, especially in the second half. The Crew went on to defeat Covington Holy Cross in the finals of the All-A Classic, and they will advance to this month's state All-A Classic, where they will attempt to win back-to-back state titles. Greg, as hard as that loss was for this entire coaching staff and roster, could it have been the impetus for that the Tigers needed to dig deeper and find what it takes to, put simply, be better?
Mike, I think so. You know, Coach Getz, in one of the most raw interviews we've ever had with him after that game, talked about how he challenged the players. And since that time, Mike, I think we've seen a different Tigers team. They seem more focused, more intense. They've been very intense. And so, absolutely, I think that was for lack of a better term, a game changer for that team.
Most definitely. Since that loss, Beechwood is 5-1, and there does seem to be a renewed sense of urgency. So, with that, we're going to take a quick break for the national anthem. We'll be right back. Go Tigers. And we are back here at the Den preparing for tip-off St. Henry Beechwood. Greg, as we said, since that loss, Tigers have gone 5-1. There is a renewed sense of urgency. They seem to have stepped it up a notch. Their only loss during that stretch was a disappointing loss to Connor on the road last Monday. But in that game, as we talked about over the weekend, it seemed to be more a result of the Tigers beating themselves rather than the Cougars dominating. In those 5 wins since the St. Henry loss, we've knocked off Newport, Christian Academy Louisville, Cooper, Cincinnati Aiken, and South Dearborn, Indiana. In those 5 wins, the Tigers have won by an average of 20 points, and perhaps the most intriguing development in those 5 games has been the resurgent play of senior guard Will Downton, who in those games has averaged 19.4 points per game, shot 57% from the floor, 43% from 3, and he's averaged over 3 3-pointers a game. Greg, Will's on fire, and I think we're going to see that on display here tonight.
Yeah, Will is on fire, shooting 47% from the three-point line. He's currently ranked 29th in the state in threes made per game. Will's been blistering it. He's been unconscious.
And that's going to be in order for us to win a game like this. There are a couple of keys. Just real quickly, Will's going to have to keep going with that. Second, one of the things we saw in the last game was that the Crew's bench, they have a very senior-laden, experienced starting lineup and bench. That bench outplayed our bench. Our bench needs to come in and score and produce and make plays tonight in order to win a game like this.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. And, and really a real key for Beechwood tonight, too, is we've talked so much about is the defensive end. The Tigers are currently ranked 7th in the state, only giving up 46 a game. They're 8th in the state in win margin, winning by an average of 19 points a game. And, Mike, as we talked about quite a bit, their defensive strength is really coming out of the full court pressure, and it's sparring the offense. So Tigers will begin the game with possession. Cam Decker has the ball in the wing, finds Will Doughton at the free throw line. He pulls up, gets fouled on the shot. He will go to the line to shoot 2 to start the game.
It's right there. Will wants to score early and often here. And that foul will be on Corey Shea.
First free throw is up. No good. Will shooting 75% from the line on the season.
Yeah, he's been good. Free throw shooting has been kind of a thorn in the side of the Tigers, and again, that's another key. Didn't get to that one, but it's a big one. We're going to have to hit free throws tonight to win a game against an elite team.
Right. Second free throw is no good. Tigers typically press off a made basket. They come out and look to push the tempo defensively with the press off of a miss. Wyatt Veith almost turns it over, but St. Henry's able to maintain control. Jump ball. They will take possession.
Greg, since the Crew did knocked off Beechwood in the LA Classic, they have gone 3-0 with wins over Covington, Holy Cross, Bishop, Brossard, and Lloyd.
Number 24, Reed Ravenscraft, who we talked a lot about last game, Mike. He's kind of their glue guy. He's looking to show some offensive tenacity by taking the ball to the rack for the St. Henry's first possession. Not known for his scoring.
Yeah, Reed comes into tonight averaging 6.6 points per game, but he seems to have a knack for making plays when the Crew needs it.
Bessler gets the ball in the post, kicks it out to Veith. Veith penetrates, goes up strong, no good. Rebound by Decker. Decker gets out to Drouд. Droud looking to push the tempo, pulls it back out. Skip pass to Herget. Herget gets in the paint, picks up his dribble. Finds Cam Decker for a short 2, and it's good. Good to see Cam Decker hitting a shot, Mike.
Most definitely.
Tigers again going 1-2-2 zone, full court pressure. Bessler with the ball, crest half court. Will Doughton looks for the steal. It's not there. A blocking foul on Scotty Droud as Jude Bessler penetrates. Mike, that's a call we often see as a charge. Scotty Droud known for taking charges.
Interesting call.
But we can't disagree with Kevin Spacey.
Not at all. Not at all. One of the finest actors in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
And, speaking of free throws, the Crew, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the state.
Absolutely.
They knocked them down from the line.
As a team, shooting 72%. Bessler's first free throw is good. Coach Getz having a word with Kevin Spacey. Second free throw for Bessler is good as they tie the game up.
Trying to apply the Jedi mind tricks to the officials. Coach Getz, one of the well-known officiating Jedis in the 9th region. He can definitely work an official or two.
So St. Henry's going straight man-to-man defense. Droud gets it inside. Looks like he loses on his own. He does. Crusaders will take possession. 6 minutes, 34 seconds.
Yeah, both
slow
teams,
start for both
absolutely.
teams, Mike.
Both teams coming out a little bit slow. Yeah, interesting. A lot more fans in here tonight than than we've seen in recent games. So that's it'll be interesting to see how that affects play tonight.
Shea gets up to Ravenscroft. Ravenscroft almost sails it, but Veith's able to save it. Ravenscroft gets the ball in the court, in the paint, kicks it back out.
Ooh.
Nice cut by Veith for 2. Drought run point for the Tigers. Again, St. Henry going straight man-to-man defense. Will Doughton, top of the key. Penetrates, spin moves, pulls up for the short jumper, partially blocked. Butler comes up with it, pushes the pace, kicks it out to Veith. Veith pulls for 3 from the corner. Veith knocks it down.
Wyatt Veith, one of the top players, not only in Northern Kentucky, but in the state of Kentucky. He's already signed to play at Thomas More at the next level. He comes into tonight averaging 21 points a game. He is just really, really good. And when he gets going, the Crew are very tough to beat.
Droud gets the ball in the post, a little awkward jump hook. He misses. Rebound by Veith. Veith looks to push the tempo. Gets up to Ravenscraft. And he can't handle it. Ball trickles out of bounds. Tigers inbounds. Crusaders going full court man-to-man defense. Stroud now running point. Guarded by Bessler. Hands off to Rolfe. Rolfe comes right, finds Cam Herget. Cam Herget pulls for three. No good. Bessler with the rebound.
You know, in games like these, Greg, it's important to send an early message and to set the tone. Right now, the Tigers way behind in that category.
Veith again pulls for three. Stroud with the rebound. St. Henry is not letting the Tigers get out in transition at all. Stroud penetrates, puts it off nicely off the glass. Basket is good, 7-4. Tigers cutting a 3-point deficit. One
of the keys to the Crew's victory over Beechwood earlier in the season, earlier this month, was Jude Bessler's defense against Scotty Stroud.
Oh, right? Will Stroud almost with the steal. However, Crusaders able to come up with it. Bessler now loses it. Ravenscraft pulls for a deep three from the corner. No good. Veith keeps it alive. Cam Decker comes up with the rebound. Gets it to Herget. Veith is injured. Slow to get up.
Great job.
He's
right
hobbling.
There by
Looks like he may have rolled an ankle. Cam Herget gets the ball, goes strong for the glass. He's fouled. He will go to the line to shoot two. Definitely not the fireworks, Mike, we thought we'd see to start this game.
Definitely not. Greg, you know, it's interesting. Wyatt Veith, again, one of the best players in the state of Kentucky. He really hasn't been much of a factor in St. Henry's recent victories over Beechwood. In the game on January 15th, he only scored 9 points on 3 of 10 shooting. Seems to be always another one of the Crew that steps up big in these games.
Cam Herget knocks down both free throws. Tigers only trail by 1. Butler run point, gets over to Shea. Shea to Ravenscraft. Back to Shea. Butler sets up the offense on the right wing, hands it up to Bessler. Bessler goes left, uses a double screen, gets in the paint, pulls up the short jumper. Basket is good. 9-6, Crusader lead.
Right there in Jude Bessler, you're looking at one of the most underrated players in the 9th region. He's just really good, Greg. Really good.
Cam Decker with the ball in the ring, guard by Ravenscraft. He penetrates, bounce pass into Scotty Stroud. Stroud spin move up off the glass. No good, just rolled out.
Had position,
Bessler
nice
with
move.
The carry, no call. Drops it off the pass to number 24, Reed Ravenscraft, who puts it in. Coach Getz wants a timeout to talk about this.
You know, it just seems that the Crew, you know, obviously Veith is their leader, but again, I just want to go to, and we talked about this a lot in the last game, they just seem to really pivot off of Jude Bessler's play. We saw right there in a series of consecutive possessions. We saw a bucket. We saw great defense down low on Scotty Stroud, and then we saw a nice assist there to Reed Ravenscraft.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, there's just such a thin margin in these games. You really can't. You can't let Bessler take over because then you've got Veith, and if Veith turns it on,
right.
they're just so tough to knock off. So, you know, as I'm sure Coach Getz just talked about in that huddle, you know, you gotta turn it up here.
Well, and I think, Mike, another thing they probably talked about is not that they are bad shots by any means, but Scotty's going to that hook shot twice tonight. He's missed them both. Not something we've seen much of.
Yeah.
You know, I think we'd all rather see Scotty go with a pump fake and go up strong.
Definitely.
Hopefully, if you can get Bessler in foul trouble, that's a game changer. So Will Doughton run point, gets it to Herget. Herget to Rolfe. Tigers run their motion offense. 3 minutes, 20 seconds to go in this first period. Rolfe at point, gets it to Will Doughton in the wing. Will, one dribble, pulls for three, no good. Rebound by Bessler. Bessler looking to push the pace. Gets it up to Shea. Rolfe with the steal.
Nice job by Will.
Tigers
there.
pushing the tempo, finds Will. Will puts it down with two-handed jam.
Showtime.
Off the fast break. 11-8, Tigers trail. Tigers go.
There we go. Will Rolfe, another steal.
Rolfe with 2 steals in a row. Stroud pulls for 3. Basket is good. Tigers on a quick 5-0 run. Sparked by 2 turnovers out of the full court pressure.
And again, Greg, defense. Those points spurred by Will Rolfe's 2 consecutive steals. There we go.
Bessler brings the ball up the floor. He's double teamed, then sails it. He's looking for Veith. Another turnover. 3 straight in a row.
Okay, what I like here, other obviously than the tie score, is we're seeing the Tigers not backing down when they're down a little bit, when it looks like things aren't going to go their way. They're showing their mettle right now, and that's good here in the first quarter. Love seeing that. That projects well for the rest of this half.
So Drought uses a double screen. Guard by Bessler. Finds Will. Will pulls for a deep three. Short. Decker with the offensive rebound.
Cam.
He goes up strong. He's fouled. No call. Officials completely missed that one, Mike. Veek penetrates, gets to the glass, drops it off to Ravenscraft. Ravenscraft kicks it out to Shea. Shea to Butler. Butler to Bessler. Bessler pulls for three and knocks it down. 14-11.
Mercy. 17 points in the victory over Beechwood on January 15th. Drew Bessler just seems to get really fired up for games against Beechwood.
Anytime the Tigers make a run, Bessler seems to have an answer.
He's a stopper. Yep.
Cam Decker with the ball, top of the key. Drought pulls for three, contested. No good. Rebounded by Cameron Boyd.
That's a great effort by Cam
unable
there.
to control before he goes out of bounds. Shea comes up with it. He pulls up for the short jumper off the break, knocks it down. Drought finds Boyd. Boyd pulls for three, short. Rebound by Butler.
The Crew on a 5-0 run right here.
Butler to Bessler. Bessler to Shea. Shea pulls for three. He's left wide open. In and out. Ravenscraft almost comes up with the rebound. Drought contains it. Crossover. Euro step to the paint.
Nice.
Off the glass. Basket is good. 16-13. Veith with the ball. Goes straight to the rack for an easy two. Tigers did not get back on defense.
Defensive breakdown right there. Can't have that happen.
18-13. Crusaders continue with a 5-point lead. 55 seconds to go. Drought running point, guarded by Bessler. Decker to Boyd. Boyd over to Herget.
We're going to have a third scorer step up here, Greg. Someone else besides Scotty and Will. They're going to have to put the ball in the basket.
Drought thought about the deep three. Sides against it. 35 seconds to go. Drought penetrates. Bad reach by Bessler. Scotty goes up strong. Ravenscraft on the foul. Basket is good. Scotty will go line for the N1. 30 seconds to go. 18-15.
That's Ravenscraft's first foul. St. Henry's third. Cody Teaton checks in. And Gabe Ryan also checks in. Ryan and Teaton, again, we talk about this bench. We talk about the quality of the players coming off that bench. Teaton and Ryan, both players that could be starters and play every minute for most of the teams in the 9th region. Excellent players off the bench.
Yeah, great sub by Coach Faust. Bessler, 30 seconds to go in the quarter. He's going to get an extended breather now. Teaton's he's a wide load inside. He's a big physical player.
Efficient. He scores, he can rebound, and he makes plays. It's just that seems to be, every one of these seniors, they seem to have multiple things that they do very well.
Tigers are now going to their 3-2 matchup zone. Butler with the ball, 7 seconds to go. Out to Veith. Veith going nowhere, gets out to Butler. Butler pulls for a long three, no good. Teaton almost with the putback, but it was blocked, I believe, by Scotty Drought. That will end the first period as the Tigers trail by 2, 18-16.
So, Greg, I love the medal shown there by the Tigers because that was not by any means the best quarter of basketball they played. And in fact, at various points, it was sloppy and lacked inspiration. But they showed their medal, and they did not allow St. Henry to get out to too much of a lead. And we saw some really good things in that quarter. We saw, I love Will Rolfe's defense there. Really spurred on a nice little run there midway through the quarter with 2 consecutive steals. Scotty's looking like he's going to make a difference here tonight in a big way.
Right.
So again, but the biggest thing for me is Tigers showed their mettle here.
No doubt, Mike. And it was kind of reminiscent of the Christian Academy Louisville game. Against Cal, both teams were kind of feeling each other out that first quarter. It's kind of the same way in this game. I think the Tigers, they kind of forced some shots. Not that they were bad shots, but it's not the typical extra pass that we've seen this season. And the flip side of that was St. Henry really maintained the tempo for the majority of that half, that quarter, up until the final 3 minutes. Then it became the game we expected. A lot of tempo, a lot of fast breaks, and really, that tends to benefit the Tigers, I think, Mike.
Most definitely. All right, we'll inbound it to Brady Moore. Brady seeing his first action tonight. He brings it across the timeline. Defended by Ryan Butler. Gets it over to Downton, left wing. Downton fires a pass wide open. Scotty with the runner and score.
Beautiful backdoor cut. Beautiful find by Will.
Great job. That play just works so beautifully when they decide to run it. 18-18, 7:43 remaining here in the second. And they're going to call Brady with the foul on Corey Shea right around half court.
Right call as Brady Moore puts his hand on his hips there, kind of directed him towards the baseline.
Butler inbounds it to Shea. Shea over to Butler, left wing. Shea over to Bessler. Bessler back to Shea. Shea to Butler. Over to Ryan. Ryan inside to Teton. Teton kicks it out to Butler. Almost lose it, but he gains possession. Over to Bessler. He fires for three. Misses. Rebound, Corey Shea, smallest player on the court, and he follows and puts it in for the score.
Mike, this happened the last game. The Tigers go to their 3-2 matchup zone, and it's very effective at stopping St. Henry's offense. The problem is missed shots, which they're forcing bad shots and misses. Then St. Henry gets the offensive rebound. They need to box out of this 3-2 zone.
And here Scotty drives and is fouled by Gabe Ryan. He'll go to the line. That's Ryan's first foul, St. Henry's fourth. Scotty at the line. Free throw is good. All right, Mitchell Berger, the sophomore, will check in. Ty Evanston takes a seat. Corey Shea's going to take a breather. And I believe that's Camden Fetters, the junior guard for St. Henry. Scotty's second free throw is good. Tie game, 20-27-8 remaining in the half. Tigers with a 1-2-2 press. Butler, cross court to Fetters. He sails it, and it goes into the scoreboard area, scoring row area. Easy for me to say. Again, so we're starting to see St. Henry turnovers.
Absolutely, Mike.
Turnovers here. So Brady Moore will inbound to Scotty. Scotty across the timeline, gives it back to Brady. Brady standing on the Tiger paw, defended by Fetters. Over to Boyd. Boyd, elbow, bounce pass to Berger. Berger baseline, kicks it out to Scotty in the corner. Scotty fakes, drives. Jumper is good. Nice job. Love to see that.
Great shot fake to get Bessler up in the air.
Love to see that.
Mitchell Berger, great penetration, finds the open drought on the corner.
So good at that. All right, Tigers in the 1-2-2 press, led by Downton. Fetters over to Butler, right wing. He's trapped by Boyd and Berger. Back to Fetters. Fetters loses the ball.
Loses it again.
And it's going to go over and back.
Kevin Spacey with the great call.
Great defense right there by the Tigers. Coach Faust not
this
real
full
happy
court
about
trapping
that,
pressure, Mike, is starting to create havoc with the St. Henry Crusaders.
It looks really strong. 6:26 remaining. Tigers lead 22-20. Scotty drive with the jumper to give the Tigers the lead. Cameron Boyd kicks it out to Scotty. Scotty fires for three. No good. Rebound, Camden Fetters. Fetters down to Butler. Butler. He's going to back
Drought
it out.
wanted the charge there.
He bounces it into Teton.
Great block by Will
Down. Teton gets his rebound back, and he draws contact going up for the stick back. 22-20, 6:08 remaining. Teton will head to the line. Teton, a 57% free throw shooter on the season. Remember that. This is a player to foul. There's not many on this roster, Greg.
Yeah, again, St. Henry shooting 74% as a team from the free throw line.
And the free throw falls.
Excellent work there, Mike.
Greg, I have Teton as 42. What do you show on your roster? And
57. Is it free throw shooting percentage?
No, his number.
Oh, number.
Yeah. And Cameron Boyd misses the runner. Rebound, Camden Fetters, 22-21.
Yeah,
Tigers
I have 42
lead.
As well, Mike.
Fetters across the timeline to Butler. Butler bounce pass to Bessler. Bessler into Teton. Teton kicks it out to
poor
Butler.
Pass.
And a steal by Brady Moore. Runner. He's going to put it up. And
nice job, Brady Moore.
24-21. And again, great defense.
Absolutely.
The crew is struggling right now. Teton, left wing. He finds Fetters inside. Fetters misses the shot, gets his own rebound, and they're going to call.
Job.
Yeah, jump
ball.
Great job right there again.
Great job by Mitchell Berger getting his hands on it. The Bulldog.
All right, Brandon McNamara will check in. Fetters will take a seat. Cam Decker checks back in. Mitchell Berger had a couple great minutes there, and he will take a seat. All right, Ryan into.
Oh,
wow!
Mike.
How about that? And the jumper.
I tell you what,
by the
St.
crew.
Henry is
Fight
all
for the
out
rebound.
of sorts
Scotty
offensively
comes
right
up
now.
with it. Scotty, full court pass, baseline. Will reverse, misses. Rebound, Decker. Decker in the middle of three Crusaders, and they're going to call a jump ball. Possession will remain with the Tigers. Cameron Herget's going to check back in. Will's going to take a break. 5:17 remaining. 24-21. Tigers lead. Cameron Herget, Mr. Football, will inbound. Looking for Scotty, gets it to him. Scotty backs it out. Resets the Tigers offense. Coach Getz barks orders from the sideline. Scotty, defended by Teton. That's a mismatch. Let's see what he does. He kicks it out to Herget. Herget puts it on the ground and hits a jumper.
Nice shot by Cam
21.
Herget. He's been asserting himself on the offensive end this game.
And we talked about it at the beginning of the year. It just takes him a few games to get going. Crew, Gabe Ryan, back to McNamara. Ryan, left wing, gets it back to McNamara, over to Bessler. Bessler over to Fetters. Fetters bounces it into Teton. Teton tries to find a streaking McNamara or Fetters, but nobody there.
Love the activity of this 3-2 matchup zone, Mike. And again, we've talked about it so many times. The Tigers have such long wingspans that it's easy to create havoc in a situation like this.
All right, Wyatt Veith checks back in. Rolled his ankle at the end of the first quarter. Seeing his first action of the second. Veith will inbounds. Gets it into Teton. Teton over to McNamara. Back
Great
to Veith.
deep by
Veith
Herget.
in the corner. Over to Teton. Teton cross court to McNamara. Inside to Bessler. Turnaround jumper. Falls.
Tough shot.
What a great shot right there by Jude Bessler.
Cam Decker had a hand in his face.
Cam Decker kicks it out to Moore. Moore over to Scotty. Scotty defended by Jude Bessler. One of the best matchups you'll ever see right there in high school in terms of offense versus defense. Scotty drives behind his back. Runner, no good. And they're going to call contact. I believe the foul is going to be called on Wyatt Veith. No, they'll call that on Bessler. That's Bessler's first, St. Henry's fifth. Scotty will head to the line. 26-23, Tigers lead. Various points throughout the first quarter, the Tigers got behind by 5 to 6 points, but were able to show their mettle and come back and take the lead here. Scotty's first free throw falls. Will Rolf's going to check in. Brady Moore will check in. I'm sorry. Rolf and Downton will check in. Boyd and Moore will take a seat. Second free throw is good. 28-23, Tigers lead by 5. 1-2-2 press again. Decker at the head. McNamara, cross court to Fetters. Fetters to Veith. Veith over to Teton. Left corner, right corner. Veith, elbow jumper. No good. In and out and rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. It will, let's see, it will go back to Beechwood. Okay, interesting. Kevin Spacey had to look over to his buddy.
Yeah.
Spacey always willing to take, someone else's input. I love that about him. 3:53 remaining, 28-23 Tigers lead. Scotty Drow brings the ball down the floor. By the way, with 18 points, Scotty will eclipse 2,700 points in his career. Rolf over to Downton. Downton fires for 3. They left him too open. He misses off the back of the rim. Rebound, Jude Bessler. Bessler with Cameron Herget all over him. Brings it across the half-court line, dribbles between his legs, free throw line, hands it off to Veith. Veith dribbles to his right. Bounce pass to Fetters, back to Veith. Over to Bessler, fires top of the key, 3, hits another triple. Jude Bessler having a fantastic first half. Keeping the crew in this one, 28-26. Downton to Herget. Herget dribbles to his right, gets it over to Will Rolf. Rolf, top of the key, over to Downton, left wing. Will thought about a 3, but then pulled it back, gets it to Decker. Back to Downton. Will drives, jumper, no good. And they're going to call a foul.
That's going to be Will's
Will
second,
there.
I believe, Mike.
It's tough. Will getting a little frustrated right now. The shots aren't falling tonight. So in these moments, what we've seen is, the maturity that Will has shown this year. He's been able to keep his emotions in check, and we need that from him tonight. So Cameron Boyd will check in for Will. 2:56 remaining, 28-26.
It's nice to have the luxury of a Cameron Boyd when
Absolutely.
Has a little bit of foul trouble early on.
Most definitely. Ravenscraft fires left wing 3, no good. Rebound Corey Shea, and they're going to call a foul there. I believe they'll call that
Mike, I'm not sure. I believe they almost called out of bounds there on Shea.
I think they did. That's exactly what they called. I thought it was a foul call.
I mean, there's
Boyd.
1 or 2 other calls I think I could have made there before I would have gone to the out of bounds, but we'll certainly take it.
All right, Scotty inbounds to Boyd. Boyd back to Scotty. Tigers, or the crew, back off their press defense. Scotty defended by Bessler. Again, what a matchup here, Greg, to watch. Scotty, top of the key. Over to Boyd. Boyd, left wing. Drives baseline, kicks it out to Rolf in the corner. Stolen by Wyatt Veith. 2:27 remaining. Veith brings the ball down the floor. Dribbles behind his back. Elbow. Gets it to Bessler, wide
leave Bessler
open. Misses
Wow.
the three. He had a great look on it, just unable to miss it. But steal by McNamara, who gets it to Veith. Was that Veith to put it up and
Veith
in?
Put it in for two.
28-28, tie game. Crew back in this one. 2:05 remaining. Scotty kicks it out to Boyd. Boyd fires, left corner three. He hits it. Big shot by the sophomore. 31-28. Beechwood regains the lead. 154
Great
remaining.
find by Drought, who recognized the double team. Found an open Cam Boyd.
Showing a lot of confidence in the sophomore. All right. McNamara drives baseline, puts up a runner. Nice shot right there by McNamara. McNamara coming into tonight, averaging only 1.1. Ravenscraft, the steal, gets it to Bessler, over to Shea. Shea across the timeline. Gets it to McNamara. He gets it into Veith in the paint. Veith defended by Herget, and he is fouled by Cameron Herget.
Excellent defense by Herget right up until the end there. He should have just stayed straight up, because I really think he had Veith dead to rights there and kind of bailed him out. Veith behind the backboard.
Veith at the line. Once again, Veith, one of the top free throw shooters in the state of Kentucky. 89.4% coming in. I think we're starting to see a little chippiness there, too. A little conversation between Veith and the official. These free throw falls. Berger will enter, and Cameron Herget will take a seat. Coach Getz and Herget having a spirited conversation. And Veith hits his second free throw. Crew take a 32-31 lead. Crew full court press. They're going to back off. Boyd brings the ball down the right side of the floor, defended by Shea. He loses it. Shea, runner, no good. Rebound. Oh, and it's going to go off of St. Henry to be Beechwood ball. So we got a little bit lucky there, right?
Yeah,
Greg.
Mike, I tell you what, the Tigers are in about a 3-4 minute stretch here where they've really they've regressed and played sloppy ball. They need to refocus and finish strong with a minute 17 to go in this second period.
All right, Rolfe inbounds to Scotty. Scotty bringing it up the floor, defended by Butler. This is a mismatch. Let's see what Scotty does here. Scotty, top of the key, over to Berger, right wing.
Drout's going to dive in the post. Look for Drought in the post now.
Notice Coach Getz showing a lot of confidence in Mitchell Berger to have him in a situation like this. Decker.
Drout's got to be stronger in the post there, Mike. He's got to want the ball.
Yes. Berger, left wing. Dribbles towards top of the key. 49 seconds remaining. Crew lead, 32-31. Berger dribbles towards the left wing. Defended by Veith. Here's an interesting matchup right here.
Let's get it to him. Get it to him.
And they're going to call a jump ball, and it will be possession St. Henry. Great defensive play right there by Veith. But again, you're seeing the Crew, they've got the momentum, so they've got a little bit more wind in their sails right now, and the Tigers are going to have to make sure they get that momentum back. Crew across the timeline. Ravenscraft defended by Rolfe. He gets over to the top of the key, over to Butler. Butler down low to Ryan on the baseline. Ryan tried to find Ravenscraft, but tipped away, and Scotty comes up with it and is fouled. 25.8 seconds remaining, 32-31. St. Henry leads. Beechwood, I believe, up at one point in the second quarter by 6 points. St. Henry behind Jude Bessler and Wyatt Veith came storming back the second half of this quarter. Scotty brings the ball down the floor, 22 seconds remaining, defended by Butler. Scotty, top of the key, dribbles between his legs. 16 seconds remaining. This will be a big basket right here to end the half, Greg. Scotty dribbles between his legs again, top of the key, free throw line, kicks it out to a wide open Rolfe. He fires, misses the three. Boyd with the rebound, his jumper, no good, and that will do it, Greg. At the half, St. Henry, beyond Jude Bessler and Wyatt Veith, comes back in the second quarter, down 6 to take a 32-31 lead at the half. Greg, what do you think?
Mike, that was really the second half of the second quarter was bad, and you know the Tigers are going to be talking about that at halftime. They forced some bad shots. Defensively, there were some breakdowns, but ultimately, give credit to St. Henry. It seems like from that point forward, they took their defense to another level.
Yeah, and we talk one of the words that we threw around several times talking about our Tigers was mettle, toughness. And then outside of the broadcast, we talked about the big difference. And Coach Getz said this, very frankly in our post-game interview on January 15th. The big difference in that game was toughness. It was mettle. It was hustle. And I think one of the great things about the St. Henry team is that they seem to never lose. They're very steady when it comes to that. And in that second half, we just saw them start to, again, out-hustle, out-tough, and outplay our Tigers. And, again, this is one of those barometer games to show, where are we? What does,
no doubt.
Again, you never want to say, 12 games into the season, any game will tell you what you're going to be at the end of the season. But,
right.
In order, we really want to try to win a game like this to try to really solidify, Beechwood as one of the top programs, in the 9th region. Just got to be more. We have to be more consistent. We have to be steadier.
Right.
It's tough. When you allow a team like St. Henry, an elite team, and I don't know if you saw this, but in the state RPI rankings were released. The RPI, now obviously the RPI in football is a huge deal because it determines playoff seedings and that sort of thing. And basketball, it's a little bit different. It's really going to be used more as a tiebreaker for certain district scenarios. But St. Henry ranked 5th in the state, number 1 in the 9th region. Beechwood ranked 35th in the state and 6th in the 9th region. There's a reason why they're ranked so highly. The Beechwood just got to turn it up, Greg. We just really have to turn it up.
Yeah, you talked about it. St. Henry now 5th in the state. Covcath, they took a little tumble because of a recent loss in the state rankings. So, hey, we're playing the big boys tonight, right? So,
yeah,
what do you got to do? At the end of the day, that was not a good first half for the Tigers. They got off to a slow start. However, they finished the first quarter strong. Came out fine to start the second quarter, but then the end of the second quarter just fell off a cliff, basically. But when you look at the scoreboard, if you're this coaching staff, I think you got to say, man, the way we played, we're lucky to be down by 1 right now.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. Taking a look at the score sheet, and thanks to our guy, Kevin Dallas, the stat man, for supplying these stat sheets to us. But Scotty Drought with 18 first-half points to lead the Tigers. 6 of 11 shooting, 1 of 4 beyond the arc, 5 of 5 from three. Love that. Just a fantastic first half from Scotty. Beyond that, Cameron Herget with 4 points on 1 of 3 shooting, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Cameron Boyd with a big 3 there in near the end of the second quarter. Brady Moore with 2, Cameron Decker with 2, and Will Downton 1 of 6 from the field with 2 points, and that's a big factor right now. We talked about keys to winning this game. Talked about Will needs to stay on fire. We talked about the bench. We talked about it came up. We talked about the need for someone, a third scorer, to step up. Right now we need a second scorer.
That's right.
So
that's right. You got Cam Herget at 4, Cameron Boyd with 3, Cam Decker with 2, and Will Doughton with 2. So not a lot there. Not a lot of there is no supporting cast right now for Scotty Drought. The Tigers with 6 assists, but flip side is they've turned the ball over 7 times.
Right.
They're shooting 2 of 10 from the 3-point line for 20%. And Mike, it's not. I'm not going to say it's poor shooting by the Tigers. I think several of those threes were contested threes.
Great.
So I think they need to be more patient. If the fast break is not there, they need to be more patient in the half-court offense and make that extra pass. They have not been making that extra pass that has made them so successful on the offensive end. Yeah,
you're right. That is missing. Tigers shot 40.7% from the floor. Greg mentioned 2 of 10 from beyond the arc, 20%. 7 of 9 from the free throw line, 77%. Tigers out-rebounded St. Henry 17-16. For the Crusaders, Jude Bessler, just a fantastic first half. 14 points to lead. St. Henry 5 of 7 from the floor, 2 triples. Wyatt Veith with 11 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Corey Shea with 4 points. Reed Ravenscraft with 2. And Cody Teaton with 1 point. Crusaders shot 46%, only 30%, 3 of 10 from beyond the arc, and 5 of 6, 83% from the free throw line. So, as you alluded to, not a great first half of basketball by the Tigers, but rolling down by 1. So
that's right.
And I can imagine that's a pretty that's a paint peeler in the locker room right now from Coach Getz and his staff to the Tigers. So we'll hope to see them come out fired up.
Well, yeah, exactly. And to regurgitate what I've already said, Mike, at halftime, to me, you're talking about two things, and that's, hey, on the offensive end, make the extra pass, find the open man. On the defensive end, let's continue to try to be effective with full court pressure. If it's not there, fall back in the 3-2 zone. I think they lost focus in that second quarter in the 3-2 zone. Stay focused in the 3-2 zone, talk in the 3-2 zone, force St. Henry to take contested shots, and then box out and rebound. Yeah. I think if you do those two things, you're going to be just fine the second half.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go talk to our buddy Statman, see if we can get some deep analytic stats that Katie can work through at halftime. We'll be right back. Thank you for watching on Foxcast tonight. Go Tigers. And we are back here at the Den at Beechwood High School. 32-31, St. Henry leads the Tigers. Greg, it's a big half of basketball right here. This is one that would mean so much to the rest of this season for the Tigers.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. And I just want to see the Tigers get their groove back.
I do,
have a little bit of mojo to start the second half and play with some enthusiasm and just get after it and play ball.
That's the thing. You look at this, St. Henry ranked number 5 in the state RPI, Beechwood 35. There's not that much of a difference between these two teams. And it's just a matter of, they do. And it's just a matter of find that within yourself to just play one half of as close to perfect basketball as you can.
That's right,
and it's in them. It is in them. They just have to find it. So here we go. Starting off third quarter on the floor for the Tigers. Downton, Drought, Rolf, Herget, Mr. Football, and Cameron Decker. Greg, take us away.
Tigers will take possession. They have the arrow, so they inbound to Rolf. Rolf goes left side. Looks for Downton. It's not there. Penetrates, pulls it back out. Finds a kind Cam Herget. Herget double team, loses the ball. Droud's on the floor. We're going to have a jump ball. We'll go to St. Henry.
Not the start we wanted, but let's get a stop here. On the floor for St. Henry, Butler, Shea, Veith, Ravenscraft, and Jude Bessler.
Tigers falling back and man-to-man. Ravenscraft finds Butler. Butler thought about penetrating. Will with excellent defense. Gets over to Bessler, back to Butler. Butler looks for Veith in the post. It's not there. Back to Bessler. Bessler penetrates, steps back 3. Pulls, knocks it down.
Goodness.
Mike, there's nothing you can do about that.
No.
That's a tough shot. Scotty Dowd with the ill-advised pass to Cam Herget. Sails out of bounds, 34-31.
So 2 turnovers to start off the half. Jude Bessler converts with a jumper with his foot on the three-point line, barely. Got to turn it up here, Tigers. Again, this is not the team, Greg, that you want to start off slow in the second half against.
St. Henry gets the ball into the post of Bessler, kicks it back out to Butler. Butler penetrates, pulls it out to Ravenscraft. Ravenscraft looks like he shuffled his feet.
There it
And
is, yeah.
That is the call.
Travel.
So Tigers inbound. St. Henry showing full court man-to-man pressure. Will run point, 31-34. Tigers trail by 3. Will goes right to the glass, puts it up, rolls around, in and out, rebounded by Bessler.
Will 1 of 7 shooting on the night if the shot's just not falling for him.
Bessler looking for Ravenscraft. It's not there. He was not ready for it. Veith comes up with it, pulls for 3, no good. Ravenscraft with the rebound. He puts it in for 2.
In the middle of 3 Tigers right there. Just every bounce going their way right now.
Crusaders leave Ralph wide open. He pulls for 3, no good. Comes up the rebound, looking to push the pace. Shea goes up strong, puts it off the glass. Basket is good, fouled by Rolfe.
6-0 run to start the second half for St. Henry. That's tough, Greg.
These 5 Tigers on the floor, Mike, all 5 of them kind of look like they lost their best friend right now. I don't know what's going on, but there's no positivity from them.
Just struggling for the field, too, right now. Shea with the free throw. That makes it 39-31.
Mike, I think we may have a bench warning on Coach Getz. Timeout.
Timeout. Okay. All right, so. Yeah, that was interesting.
That was very interesting.
Knowing Coach Getz as well as we do, that he was not pleased. That was a look of displeasure from Coach Getz there towards the official.
Yeah, Getz was having a conversation there. I think there may have been a bench warning, which led to a timeout. I don't know.
That's what I think, too. Hey, Greg, real quick, we just want to point out, in the first half, Scotty Dowd scored 18 points. That 18th point hit the 2,700 mark in his career. Unbelievable career by that young man. And we haven't had a chance to talk too much about it, but, Scotty on pace to break the 9th region all-time scoring record held by Brandon Hatton of Dixie, 3,045 points. Scotty currently 364 points away from breaking that. At his current 21.2 points per game average, he will break that sometime probably the last regular season game at Grant County or in the first district tournament game. So congratulations to Scotty and his family. Just a tremendous career and a wonderful player. Even better young man.
Cam Decker trying to get them to the drought. St. Henry with the steal. Bessler goes straight to the basket. Cam Decker wanted the clean block. The officials did not see it that way. Foul on Cam Decker. Bessler will go to the line to shoot 2. 5 minutes, 57 seconds to go in this third quarter. Tigers trail by 8.
Bessler, again, one of the best free throw shooters in the 9th region, 84.8%, 28 of 33 coming into tonight.
First free throw is good.
8-0 run by the Crusaders to start this third quarter.
Second free throw also good. Lead up to 10. Long outlet pass by Will Doughton. Cam Herget goes strong off the glass. A lot of contact, no call. Basket is good.
That was a nice pass there by Will down the floor. 6 points for Cameron Herget on the night.
Tigers looking to trap again. Gets the ball to Butler. Butler out to Bessler. Bessler closely guarded by Will. Will wanted to push off from Bessler. Butler almost travels, kicks it out to Veith. Veith goes to the glass, tightly guarded. Basket is no good. Ravenscraft again with the offensive rebound and pushback. Tigers really looking to push the tempo now. Gets it out to Drought. Drought thought about the long three. Puts it on the floor. He is fouled by Bessler. That's what, Mike? Bessler's second?
I think that's two.
Be nice to see Bessler get a third here.
That's his second. St. Henry's first of the second half.
I think the Tigers need to steady the ship. Look to get the ball in bounds here. Inbounds. In the post, excuse me.
I was with you there.
Will Downton pulls for three. No good. Fight for the rebound. Shea comes up with it. Will Downton with a frustration
foul indeed. You took the words right out of my mouth. Right now, you know, I think Will has to understand that the number one thing that can preclude the Tigers from coming close to getting back in this game is him losing emotional composure. He's not just a shooter. There are many more things he can do. Sometimes shots just don't fall for even the best players.
Veith left wide open for three. Puts up a nice shot fake. Goes to the glass. No good. Ralph with the rebound, and he's fouled. See who that foul is on, Mike. That is on Shea. That's Shea's second. 4 minutes, 58 seconds go. Tigers trail by 12. St. Henry coming out. Token man-to-man press. Drought runs point. Quickly breaks it across half court. Double team by Veith. He gets over to Rolfe. Rolfe to Herger in the corner. Droud's going to reset the offense. Guarded by Veith now. St. Henry has switched up the matchup. Put Bessler on.
There we go.
So St. Henry has put Bessler on Herget now to avoid Bessler coming up with any additional fouls.
That?
And Scotty Drought able to take advantage of that. Goes right to Veith, against Veith for an easy two.
And that's Scotty's
Butler
20.
pulls for three. No good. Big rebound by Will Rolfe.
Right? He's not just a shooter. Get rebounds, play defense, make things happen.
Scotty Drought with a great hesitation. Puts it up on the glass.
Man.
No good. Cam Decker with the rebound. He goes
there
up strong.
There we go.
He's fouled. Cam Decker, an excellent free throw shooter, will go to line to shoot two.
Cameron Decker on the season. He comes into tonight 92.9% free throw shooter, 13 of 14 from the floor, from the charity stripe, rather. You know what I mean about that, though? You know, for Will, he can do so many things well.
Absolutely.
Just don't, dish, rebound, play defense.
Cam Decker misses his second.
43-36, 4:10 remaining in the third.
Bessler over Ravenscraft. Ravenscraft goes straight to the basket, kicks it over to Shea. Shea pulls for three, knocks it down. St. Henry extends their lead to 10. Will Downton splits the double team. Finds Herget. Herget penetrates. Knocked away by Bessler. Veith comes up with it. Veith finds Bessler. Bessler straight to the glass. Contested by Herget. Tipped in by Butler.
It's a big play right there by Ryan Butler. I mean, again, you're talking let's see what we got going on here. Now, all right, so right now, Tigers just very frustrated right now. And again, Greg, it's just too early for that. We got a quarter and a half left.
Yeah, I mean, the Tigers are acting like they want to put together a 12-point play in one possession. Okay, they just got to take it one possession at a time, and there's plenty of time left in this game.
Yes.
Just chip away.
And there you go, right? So, and when you've got Scotty Drought doing what he's doing with the matchup he's got right now,
Drought loves this. Don't get me wrong. What do you have? 18 in the first half, Mike, but against a Bessler who's a very tough defender. But if Bessler's not guarding him, he's going to have his way. Tigers need to cut off the baseline.
What
there,
a
Mike.
great baseline move right there by Ryan Butler. That was outstanding.
So Tigers break the press.
So, and again now, Greg, who's the second scorer going to be? Who else is going to put the ball in the bucket?
Question. Drought pulls up for short two
he's
off
on
the
fire.
free throw line. He's getting it going, Mike. He's
24
getting it going.
points. He is on fire. 2:51 remaining.
Tigers just need to get a stop.
Yes.
Get a stop. One possession at a time. Don't have to do it all at once. Almost a steal there. Ravenscraft with the ball in the corner. Gets it out. Finds Shea. 2 minutes, 40 seconds go in this third period. Ravenscraft gets into Bessler. Help. Weak side help was there by Boyd, but Boyd reached in on a foul.
Bessler returns back to the line, 50-40. St. Henry leads, 2:37 remaining in the third quarter.
Betzler's first free throw is good. 11-point lead for the Crusaders. Betzler's second free throw is good.
I believe he has 18 points now, maybe 20.
Big, strong pick there by Cam Decker. He rolls, gets the ball in the basket, puts it up. No good. Veith with the rebound, gets it out to Betzler. Betzler back to Veith. Veith puts it up strong off the glass for two. 54-40. Crusaders with their largest lead of the night at 14.
Things spiraling right now, and the main reason why is because other than Scotty, no one else is putting the ball in the basket.
Yeah. You know, it's kind of been an interesting turn of events this quarter, Mike.
Yeah.
The Tigers have actually gotten pretty
Cam,
good
hit
looks.
This. Hit this.
Tigers have gotten good looks. They
have.
just can't put the ball in the basket.
And credit to St. Henry, they're taking advantage of the lull. They're taking advantage of the frustration.
V finds Big Teton inside. He goes up strong twice. Great defense by Decker. There's got to be a foul there, Mike, and there finally is.
Great job right there by Brady Moore in the middle of two towers for.
Yeah, Cam Decker with a very strong defense, physical defense. Brady Moore with a strong rebound.
Great show.
Scotty Drought and Veith sharing couple words of adoration there as they hug each other. I like to see that.
Sportsmanship at its finest right now, and you know.
You know, there are two competitors who have gone head-to-head over the years and absolutely respect one another. Drought with the ball, top of the key, pulls for three. Heat check for Drought, no good, rebound it.
Well, right now he's got
Brady
a lot
Moore.
on his shoulders.
Drought pulls for three again, no good.
He realizes he's going to have to put the ball in the basket. Unfortunately, not sure that that's the way it's going to happen, but you're down 14 points. But again, finishing the point I was starting to make, St. Henry's just done a tremendous job of capitalizing on a horrible lull here by the Tigers, and that's what winning. That's what teams that are going to make a run at a ninth region, maybe a state title. That's what they do.
Great activity by Brady Moore, but Butler gets the ball in the corner.
And now we're seeing exactly what we saw in the All-A Classic game. They're just these guys coming off the bench in waves, knocking down threes.
Drought with the ball, penetrates in the paint, goes up strong with his left hand again, in and out. Crusaders with the rebound. Brady Moore with the steal, finds Scotty Drought for an easy bucket. He is fouled. Basket is good. He'll go to the line for the N one.
I believe that's 28 points, 26 or 28 points for Scotty. Nice job by Brady Moore. Brady Moore showing some hustle, some mettle.
He's shown fight tonight.
Yeah,
he's been very active on the defensive end. He's really been, one of the few bright spots so far for this game.
Right. All right, Scotty at the line. Free throw. Good.
Again, Brady Moore.
There he is again.
Great job. Forces the jump ball. Mike, you got to believe the Tigers are going to get back in this game. It's going to be because of Brady Moore's activity on the defensive end.
Absolutely. And now at this point, let's see him take a few shots here. Ty Evanston in the game, seeing some action here. Take it to the hole, Brady. Let's see what you got.
Good find by Mitchell Berger.
There we go.
Was that Trevor Lowe?
No, that's Ty Evanston.
Ty Evanston knocks down a big three, Mike.
Yes, huge shot right there. Now let's get a stop.
Oh, Brady Moore, Mike. I thought he had the clean block there.
I did too.
The officials disagree with me. I think Brady Moore also disagrees with the official. That looked like all ball. Again, great effort by Brady Moore.
Yeah, absolutely. So Ty Evanston with the big three there to close the lead to 11. Reminds me to give a big shout-out to our JV team who knocked off St. Henry 46-35. In that game, Ty Evanston with three three-pointers and a game-high 13 points. So, hey, love to see him knocking down threes in the varsity game.
So Tigers with an unconventional lineup right now. But you got to believe Coach Getz likes what he's seeing, though. I mean, they are fighting. They're playing with energy. They're playing focused basketball. Brady Moore with the ball, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Finds
there
Cam
we go.
Decker,
Big shot right there.
To knock
That's
down
a
a
huge
three
shot.
at the buzzer.
Listen, folks, do not underscore the importance of that shot right there in terms of getting the Tigers. Okay, yeah, it's good, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Basket is good. Mike, that's exactly what the Tigers
Right.
needed to close out that third quarter. You know, the lead ballooned up to 16 points there.
Yeah.
You know, you always say, again, getting back to one play at a time, chip away at it. You know, when it got to 16, you got to be saying, hey, our pipe dream right now is get it to single digits before the fourth quarter. So get it to 10 points. You know, considering, again, how poorly things have gone, you have that hope that, hey, we just cut this lead. Things are starting to turn around a little bit.
Right.
Let's hopefully they can parlay in this into a strong fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need to. I mean, and again, look now, okay, so we've seen big triples to end the quarter by Ty Everson and Cameron Boyd. Maybe those are the two that can start making shots in the fourth quarter to help Scotty get the Tigers back even with the crew. Listen, we've seen it. This team can score in bunches. You know, it's just a matter of who's ready to make the fight, who's ready to dig deep and remain composed and do the things you need to do to get back in this game. Right now on the floor for the Tigers, Ty Everston, Brady Moore, Cameron Boyd, Mitchell Berger, and Scotty Drought.
Yeah, you know, Coach Getz, again, he's got to be pleased with the defensive effort by this five
they're
on the,
out there
on the
for
floor.
Yeah, they're out there for a reason, Greg.
Exactly right. And the other thing is, I think he sent a little bit of a message to a couple players that
Yes.
probably weren't focused coming to this game tonight.
All right, Teton to Veith. Veith up and in. Just a great play by a great player. 61-49. Now, let's see how we respond. Scotty over to Brady. Brady dribbles to his left.
Brady Moore's got to like
Yeah,
this
that's a
matchup.
big mismatch. He kicks it out to Berger over to Scotty. Scotty pump fakes, then pulls it back in. Dribbles towards the key, drives left.
Line of
Runner
contact.
falls, and he
Basket
goes
is
to the
good.
line. Great job right there. Scotty with the eye of the tiger right there. I don't think he was very happy with the contact he drew right there, but he will go to the line to cut the lead to 9. Scotty having an amazing game tonight. 7:33 remaining, 61-51. And that'll make it 61-52. Single digits. Here we go, Greg. All right. Butler across the timeline, defended by Brady Moore. Butler left wing over to Gabe Ryan, left corner. Ryan into beat.
Great
Batted
job.
away by Ty Everson. Scotty comes up with the steal. Scotty down the middle of the floor over to Brady Moore. Brady Moore, left corner, thought about a three, thinks better of it. Dribbles towards the key, hands it back off to Scotty. Scotty defended by Butler. This is a mismatch. Take him to the hole, Scotty. He kicks it out to Everson. Everson pump fakes. Now he's going to hand it off to Scotty. Scotty, another mismatch. This is a bigger mismatch. He fires for 3. There it is. Triple.
Mike is feeling it.
61-55, and we are seeing Scotty Drought on fire right now.
Mike, I don't know about you. I'm thinking that whole time. I
Yes.
thought, Scott, go to the hole. Go to the skull.
That's
Don't
exactly
blow up for
what I
three.
was thinking,
Great
too.
shot, but that's Drought. He's feeling it right now. He's got the confidence going. So, hey, get out of the way. St. Henry, they're concerned right now.
Well,
they are very
have
concerned
to be.
right now.
They have
Mike.
to be. And listen, kudos to Coach Getz for the lineup he's got on the floor right now that he's had on for quite some time now. You know, this is it. That's a big risk.
It's a risk, but that's a tribute to Coach Getz. He knows the pulse of his team. He knows who's ready to play, who's a gamer, who we can trust in this situation.
Right. Yeah, and that's what you're seeing. You're seeing Brady Moore and Mitchell Berger and Ty Everston and Cameron Boyd. You're seeing toughness, you're seeing hustle, you're seeing composure, right? And along with those three things, Greg,
no doubt,
come points, come rebounds, come defense, right?
No doubt.
You know. Wow. And we knew this team is capable of coming back and scoring points quickly. It's just about composure and about mettle. All right, coming back out on the floor for the Tigers. Drought, Berger, Boyd, Moore, Everston. Same lineup, Greg. Here we go. Wyatt Veith will inbound. Full court press here. Veith.
Great job
Yeah,
by
they're doing a
Tigers.
great
St.
job.
Henry have a hard
Gets it
time
in-
getting it in.
Gets it into Bessler. Bessler gets it back to his point guard, Corey Shea. Shea, across the timeline, defended by Moore. Brady hustling. Gets it to Butler, left corner. Butler back out to Shea. Shea kicks it out to Veith. Veith with
Look
Scotty
at that
defending him.
battle by Mitchell Berger in the post.
Yep.
I love it. He's a bulldog in there, Mike.
Absolutely fighting like a warrior inside against a much bigger, older
Oh,
player.
that's got to be,
there
yes!
we go.
Offensive
Outstanding.
foul, illegal screen. Great call by the official. And, Mike,
Yeah,
that was an illegal screen, But that is a tribute to Mitchell Berger. He's getting under Teton's skin, and that's
Absolutely.
a frustration screen.
He's 6 inches smaller and probably 60 pounds lighter than Teton, and he was battling like a warrior inside right there. Love that, and I know Coach Getz loves that. All right, Brady will inbound to Scotty. Scotty defended by Bessler. Back to Brady. Brady across the timeline, defended by Veith. Bounce pass to Boyd, left wing. Boyd defended by Shea. Back to Evanston, top the key, over to Mitchell Berger, left wing. Berger.
There it is. Good
The
for Trout.
workhorse sophomore. He's been shown a lot of confidence by
Trout's
Coach
going to
Getz
the
here.
rack.
Yep. Scotty defended by Bessler. Here we go. Scotty dribbles between his legs, drives, runner, blocked.
Big
Blocked by
block.
Reed Ravenscraft. Fight for the ball. Veith comes up with it. Coast to coast, runner, good. 63-55, 8-point lead for the Crew, 5:51 remaining. Berger across the timeline, over to Evanston, top of the key. Evanston
Oh,
to
use
Scotty.
Trout. Yep.
Scotty, free throw line, kicks it out to Boyd. Boyd fires, right wing three.
Got
That's it!
Big three. Cameron Boyd with the answer.
63-58. Boyd's three-pointer cuts the St. Henry lead to 5 points. Another big shot by the sophomore. He's had a fantastic game. And again, so one of the things that we seen with Cameron Boyd is sometimes, and again, you can understand this because of how young he is. He's a sophomore. He hasn't seen this kind of competition. Coach Getz talked about it after the game. Now we're seeing sophomores step up. That is so huge. Best game of his career. 2 gigantic shots in the second half. 1 big one at the end of the second quarter. Clutch, clutch, clutch. Man,
Boyd's
love
a gamer.
seeing that. Yes,
He's
is.
a gamer,
Absolutely.
Mike. He's got ice water in his veins. He has no problem stepping up and taking a needed shot.
No. All right, Will Downton back on the floor. And it looks like Mitchell Berger will take a break, but the same lineup other than Will replacing Mitchell. All right. Full court press here. Veith inbounds to Shea. Shea defended by Moore. Shea down the left side of the floor across the timeline. He's trapped by Moore.
That's trouble.
Almost. Tigers almost come up with it. Ravenscraft puts a layup up and in.
Well, talk about the ball bouncing your way.
I know.
Excellent
and
defense by the Tigers. St. Henry
tough.
loses it, and it just bounces into the hands.
Reed
of Ravenscraft for an
Ravenscraft.
easy two.
He's had a nice game. Drought, top of the key. He drives. Free throw line. Puts up. Basket no good. Rebound Bessler down the floor to Veith. The speedy Veith puts it up. And no good. Rebound by Will Downton. Great job by Will, and they're going to call a foul on.
Excellent job by Will Downton. And that, Mike, will put the Tigers in the bonus.
And that's on Ryan Butler, his second, St. Henry's 8th. Nice effort right there by Will. Will from the line this season, 75% coming into tonight. 5:05 remaining, 65-58. And the free throw is good. Cut the lead to 6. Boy, really, Greg, when it was 16, 17 points, this could have gotten really ugly. But what a show of mettle by these Tigers. Second free throw good, 65-60. Almost a steal there by Evanston. Bessler across the line. Fight for the ball. And you got 3 players on the floor, and they're going to call a jump. Let's see what they call.
Should be a jump ball,
Jump
Mike.
ball, right?
I don't know what else you call
Tigers
here.
possession. A great defense right there by the Tigers.
Basket here would be huge, Mike.
All right, Will inbound.
They just haven't been able to get under that 5-point mark since they made this run.
Gets it to Scotty, right.
Scotty's got
Scott
like that
thought he was
open
gonna
right
go.
side of the floor.
Scotty drives, spins, puts it up. Oh, no.
That's a foul.
Yep, foul.
Oh,
my goodness. Wow.
You've got to be kidding me. Coach Getz is losing his mind, deservedly so. That is an awful call by the official.
Well, and you know what's crazy about that? It's not like he had a bad angle. That was right in front of him.
No, absolutely, Mike.
All right, Veith inbounds to Bessler. Bessler gets it to Shea. 4:47 remaining, 65-60. St. Henry leads. Bounce pass to Bessler. That was dangerous, but Bessler comes up with it. Bessler drives. Kicks it to Ravenscraft. Another bounce that goes the Crusaders' way. Out to Shea for 3, and my goodness, does that young man hit big three-pointers. 68-60, 4:30 remaining. Corey Shea with the huge 3. Cameron Boyd. Another 3.
He is feeling it,
wow,
Mike.
that's 4 3-pointers on the night and 9 huge points here in the second half. 68-63, St. Henry leads. God, Greg, he's feeling it. All right, Shea.
Ooh.
Ooh, Shea almost lost that one. He gets it into Bessler. Bessler.
That's a
runner,
travel.
Puts
Or
it
a
in,
charge.
and a charge is called. Great job, Scotty Droud. Here we go. Again, it's the 5-point mark, Greg. We've got, let's
can't get past
basket
that
here.
5 points.
Right. And that's Jude Bessler's third foul, St. Henry's ninth. And timeout. Timeout called on the floor. Mercy, what a second half here, Greg.
Sure has been, Mike. It sure has been.
But boy, what about Cameron Boyd showing the showing
the intestinal fortitude?
The whatever you want to call it. He is just Scotty Droud and Cameron Boyd have kept the Tigers in this game tonight. And if not for Cameron's, his baskets in this second half, this would be minimum 12-point game.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. He stepped up in a big way. The Tigers need it. How much we talk about that in the first half, Mike? To your point, that hey, who's going to step up and be that second scorer?
Right.
Who's going to be the Robin to Droud's Batman? And it's been Cameron Boyd.
Exactly. Cameron Boyd slides right in there.
And let's not forget Brady Moore. Defensively, he's been all over the place. He's been a big part of this comeback as well.
Scotty Droud will inbound full court press here by the Crusaders. He gets it into Ty Evanston. Showing Ty Evanston playing great in big times on a big stage in a big-time game. Brady Moore gets it over to Downton. Here's a mismatch. Finds a wide-open streaky Scotty who puts it up and in. There we go. 3-point game, 68-65. Great pass by Will Downton. Corey Shea brings it up the floor. He gets it to Bessler. Bessler defended by Evanston. Over to Shea. That was close.
Mike Shea, I'm sorry, Bessler has been shaky with the ball.
Very.
Obviously, he's had some big buckets. He's scored. But ball handling-wise, St. Henry's wanted him to get the ball to him to break the press. He's been shaky at best.
That foul there was Cameron Boyd's second, Beechwood's sixth. Ty Evanston will take a seat. Cameron Decker back in the game. Butler will inbound. He floats it into Shea. Shea defended by Brady Moore.
Great defense by Brady Moore. Look at how active his hands are.
Shea with the jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound. Veith comes up with it, knocks over Will Downton, puts it up and in.
Will Downton
back
with a little
to a
bit of
5-point lead.
There. Tried to get the charge.
Love the flop game. Droud across the timeline. Dribbles between his legs. Bounce pass over to Downton, left wing. Downton back to Decker, top of the key. Downton.
There it is.
Bounce pass into Scotty. Scotty turns, hook shot, no good. Scotty with the rebound. Now he loses it, and
he's going to stay here.
Stays with Beechwood. Scotty with the Kareem hook shot. All right, Will inbound. 3:02 remaining, 70-65. Ravenscraft tips it away. Fight for the ball. Decker comes up with it. Looks like there's some confusion. They're going to call a jump ball. Ball stays with Beechwood. Brady Moore will inbound this time underneath the Tigers basket. 2:59 remaining, 70-65. Tigers lead. Chance ball out on the floor. Strong towel game. He will return to the bench. Coach Getz barking commands to his junior point guard. He floats it into Will. Will turns, baseline, spins, up, and
Great
in.
take by Will Downton.
Outstanding baseline moves there by Will Downton. 70-67, 2:50 remaining. Let's get a turnover here, Greg Polgears. Butler brings it up the right side of the floor, defended by Downton, and they're going to call a foul on Will. Wow, that's
a little, these officials have let both teams play tonight.
Yeah.
I think they've done a nice job. I think the last thing you want to do in these final 3 minutes is all of a sudden see these whistles tighten up.
That's absolutely, and we've seen that a couple of times this year, and it's just, you just want to really see it go the other way. But Ryan Butler at the line for St. Henry. Butler on the season from the line, 53%. Free throw no good. Scotty with the rebound. That is huge. Scotty brings it down the floor, defended by Bessler. 70-67, 2.5 minutes remaining. Scotty between his legs, drives, puts up a runner. No good. Rebound, Cameron Decker, he puts it up and in. 1 point game, Greg Polgears. Here we go. Veith in trouble, floats it down, tipped away by Cameron Decker, and
yeah!
Oh, great play by Cameron Decker right there. We talked about it, Greg. Athleticism and length. Tigers, one of the longest, most athletic teams in Northern Kentucky. Here we go, 2:22 remaining. 1 point game. Tigers were down 16 points. Down into Drought, left wing. Drought thinks about a three, but thinks better of it, pulls it back out. Defended by Bessler. Dribbles towards right. Bessler comes up with a huge steal, but Scotty brings it back in. Scotty, defended by Shea, brings it, kicks it out, and sails it out of bounds. Right in between, no man's land, exactly. A field goal right in between Brady Moore and Cameron Decker. 2:05 remaining. Crew with the ball. And timeout called by St. Henry.
Kind of surprised it took this long.
I know.
Call timeout.
What a comeback by the Tigers, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike. This has been phenomenal in a very unlikely fashion. I think, again, like I said, Coach Getz say, hey, I got a couple guys who weren't ready to play tonight. I'm going to put in some guys that I know are going to come in and be junkyard dogs and come ready to play and bring some fire to this game. And, Mike, that's exactly what worked.
And listen, Coach Getz very loyal to his seniors, very it's tough, I think, for him to sometimes pivot off of those seniors, but he did just that, and look what's happened here. And again, sometimes those things happen. You have to be able to do that. So great job by Coach Getz, one of the best coaches, if not the best, in the state of Kentucky. All right, Wyatt Veith will inbound from the corner. 2:04 remaining. Crew lead by 1. Veith having trouble finding somebody, and they call 5 seconds. There it is. Turnover. Great defense by the Tigers. Hey, listen, Greg, the Crew, they're rattled.
Mike, momentum is 100% on the side of the Tigers
back
tonight.
To the Tigers.
So Tigers need to get a basket here now. Get over that hump, get the lead back, and go from there.
All right, Brady Moore will inbound. He gets it into Scotty. Scotty defended by Bessler. Bessler, there's 4 fouls.
He's got the hand on the hip, Mike.
Yep. That's number 4 for Bessler. Scotty back at the line. Scotty having one of the best games of his career, and he clipped 2,700 points tonight. First free throw falls. Tie game, Greg Polyears. Tie game.
You think St. Henry expected this, Mike?
No, I do not. I think they're stunned. Again, number 5 in the state of Kentucky RPI-wise, Beechwood 35. They did not expect this. Once they got
Tigers regained their first lead of the second half.
What an effort by these Tigers. What mettle by these Tigers. Shea, top of the key, over to Veith, defended by Decker. 1:51 remaining. Shea, left corner, into Bessler on the block. He kicks it out to Ravenscraft. Ravenscraft back to Shea. Shea drives, kicks it out to Butler. Jumper.
No good.
Fight for the rebound. Down comes up with it. Down the floor to Cameron Boyd. Boyd drives, runner, falls. Cameron Boyd,
another big bucket.
Again, Greg Polyears, Cameron Boyd having an unbelievable game. What a player. Shea, runner, finds Ravenscraft under the basket. Blocked by Cameron Boyd again. There he is again.
Mike.
The sophomore. Scotty, runner, puts it up and in.
Good.
Tigers lead 75-70. What a run by Beechwood.
The bench mob's going crazy, Mike.
Wow.
What do we have? The officials are conversing. They don't know what to call.
They don't know what to call. That's exactly it. They're going to call a foul on foul on Cameron Decker.
I don't even know how you call Cam Decker for a foul there. I mean, if you want to get Drought for the block, which I don't believe it was, that's understandable.
Yeah. Let's back up a second. Let's talk about Cameron Boyd. Last season, around this time, this coaching staff started talking about this young man is for real. We have to find a way to get him in. Last year, the All White Classic, we saw Cameron Boyd come in early, and we saw Coach Getz felt that this young man was going to be something special, and we are seeing that tonight. Second free throw missed. 75-71, down with the rebound, and he is fouled. 1:11 remaining. Holy moly.
Mike, I'm kind of surprised St. Henry went to the quick foul right there.
So am I.
Only a 4-point game. Plenty of time left.
Down at the line. Again, Will came into tonight 75% from the free throw line. Bench mob going crazy. Look at them, Greg. Free throw.
Will
Falls. 76-71.
Mike, and you hit the nail on the head. You talked earlier about, hey, Will Doughton's got to find a way to impact this game besides
And
scoring.
he's done exactly
he's done that since he's come back in.
Yes. And when you're a great player like he is, that's what you can do.
Knock
You
down
don't have to
second.
score. You don't have to score every point.
Tigers extend the lead by 6. Minute 10 to go.
Shea fouled by Cameron Boyd. They're going to call Cameron for the foul. 1:08 remaining.
Now, look, we cannot fault Cameron
No.
Boyd. He's done so many good things tonight. But the last thing you want to do is put St. Henry at the line with, stopping the clock to score.
And again, one of the best free throw shooting teams in the state of Kentucky.
Yeah.
They came into tonight, 34th in the state at 72.4%. Free throw good by Corey Shea.
Yeah, a minute 8, you're up by 5 now, Mike. The clock's your best friend. You want that clock
Yeah,
to run. You do not want to foul.
Great. Here's the other thing. St. Henry can absolutely come back in this game if they are given an inch.
Absolutely.
Second free throw, no good.
That's
so
out
the
on
crew.
beat. That will be Beechwood ball.
So the crew, 2 big missed free throws here by Shea and Veith.
Yeah.
That helps the Beechwood cause. All right, Brady Moore will inbound. He gets it into Scotty. Scotty defended by Butler. Gets it down the floor to Will. Will, right
Smart
wing.
decision.
Bounce pass to Decker
Get it
in the
out the
corner.
corner now.
Decker, cross court,
Cam
stolen
Decker!
by Butler. Butler tries to get it back in. It's batted out of bounds by Decker. So 54.6 seconds to go. 77-72. Ryan Butler will inbound.
All right, no fouls. Make him pick it up. Don't let him walk it up.
Yeah. All right, Shea, left wing, runner, puts it up and
Too easy,
in.
Mike, too easy.
77-74, 50 seconds remaining. So again, we talked about at halftime. Or we talked about during when Beechwood got down by 17. We talked about Beechwood was absolutely capable of coming back and getting into this game. St. Henry is absolutely equipped with one of the best coaches in the state and 2 of the best players in the state to win a game like this being down at this point in the game. So we can't make the mental mistakes at this point.
This is a senior-laden team, a battle-tested team. St. Henry, look, they've been here so many times before. So, just because they get down, what was it, Mike, 6-7 at one point, late in this fourth period, they're not going to just roll over. They're going to fight tooth and nail until that final buzzer rings. So, St. Henry down by 3. So, the Tigers, they sit at they are in the double bonus, which is key. So, but at the end of the day, be patient. I don't think you need to take the foot off the gas. If you can get an easy shot, take it. But at the end of the day, you're going to run the clock here, take care of the ball, make the extra pass, force St. Henry to foul you.
All right, on the floor for the Tigers, Rolfe, Boyd, Dowd, Decker, Doughton. Will Rolfe will inbound. Coach Getz talking to Cameron Boyd. Cameron Boyd having an outstanding game. He has put the Tigers back in this game.
There it is.
Rolfe down the floor to Dowd. Dowd, like a wide receiver, brings it in.
That's a
and
foul.
He's fouled by Reed Ravenscraft.
Again,
Nice.
Mike, I'm kind of surprised St. Henry's going to the quick foul, but, at the same time.
I was too, but statistically, maybe you can't blame them. The Tigers have gone through some severe free throw shooting, droughts this season, and Coach Faust hoping that that's what will happen here. Scotty's free throw.
Got it.
Good. Scotty's been fantastic tonight.
That's a huge
in every
free throw
respect,
right now, Mike.
but especially the free throw line where he has struggled throughout the year. But great job tonight. So 78-74, 47.6 seconds remaining. Scotty's second free throw falls. 79-74.
2 big free throws. They make it a 2-possession game now for St. Henry.
45 seconds. Shea, runner, up. No good. He gets his own rebound. Ooh, interesting. Okay, he puts it up, and it falls 79-76. Can't let that happen. So Scotty with the ball. He's fouled immediately by Ryan Butler.
Scotty Dowd wants that ball, Mike. He wants
Absolutely
that ball
he does,
in
and
this
he
situation.
deserves that ball.
He is offensively put this team on his back in the second half.
I mean, just what an outstanding. Okay, so we've talked about the players, but what a job by Coach Getz and his staff to stave off what looked like just a complete meltdown in the second quarter. Free throw, Scotty in and out.
That's okay. That's okay. You don't need both at this juncture. Get the second one.
34.3 seconds remaining. Scotty's second free throw.
Got it.
Is good. 80-76. Veith, bounce pass into Butler. Butler to Bessler. Bessler, top of the key, dribbles to his right, gets it to Butler. Butler, baseline. Great defense by Cameron Boyd. He kicks it out to Bessler. Bessler, runner, Floater, no good.
Great
Rebound,
rebound.
Brady Moore. There he is. Another big play by Brady Moore, and he is immediately fouled. Shea playing the who me card, but that was an obvious foul. Good call by the official. Brady Moore will head to the line. Again, Brady Moore, what about especially in the third quarter, these Tigers, don't underscore. Brady Moore's a winner, Greg. He's only a junior, but he is a leader on this team, and these young men thrive off of his defensive intensity, his hustle. He's, as you said earlier, he's a glue guy. When he does well, the Tigers do well. Free throw by Brady is good. 81-76, 20.6 seconds remaining. Brady's second free throw. Falls.
Mike,
what an outstanding job by Brady Moore.
Brady Moore, 2 of 9 before those two for 22%.
Shea. Oh, carry. They called a carry.
Carry,
Corey
turn
Shea.
St. Henry.
Wow. And now St. Henry, unfortunately, imploding. 16.8 seconds remaining. Tigers lead, 82-76. One of the most unbelievable comebacks I've ever seen, Greg. From the edge of meltdown. Yes. All right, Scotty across the timeline. He's fouled by Wyatt Veith. He will head back to the line where he has crushed it tonight. Mercy. Also, I want you to look over and see, Greg, one of the other difference makers tonight. Look at that student section. Don't underscore the importance of their contributions tonight from the stands. Free throw, good. Scotty Drought. What an effort by Scotty Drought tonight. At the moment when it looked like it was a potential game-ending meltdown, Scotty took this team on his shoulders, showed senior composure, leadership, and started scoring like a pro. 83-76, 9 seconds remaining. Shea kicks it out to Veith. Veith fires for three. No good. Rebound, Scotty Drought. 2 seconds remaining. Greg, that will do it.
Beechwood, number 5 in the state, the St. Henry Crusaders.
83-76 over St. Henry, an improbable comeback. What a game by our Beechwood Tigers, led by Scotty Drought and Cameron Boyd. Greg, that is the type of game you win that can catapult you to a 9th region title and a state run. That's what this team needed. That's what they were capable of. This coaching staff has been pounding it into them this entire season and last year that this is what they could be. What an effort by these young men tonight.
Yeah, Mike,
Mettle, toughness, hustle, all of those adjectives, they put it on display in the last quarter and a half.
Mike, it's one thing when a team comes in against a good opponent and plays their best basketball and wins. It's another thing when you come in against a good opponent and you play ugly basketball and you gut it out. And that's exactly what this Tigers team did. That's the mark of a very good team, when you can gut out wins when you're not playing at your best.
Whew. Mercy. Down, I believe, if I'm not mistaken,
Mike, do you think the Tigers might increase in the state rankings a little bit now?
Well, I think that okay, that's a great segue. A lot of people were looking at this as an easy St. Henry win. A lot of people look at the state RPI rankings. St. Henry 5, Beechwood 35. Beechwood all of a sudden drops to, many people thought, nah, Dixie, Connor, they're better. Connor pounded Beechwood. Guess what? Beechwood sent a message across northern Kentucky tonight that
no doubt
the Tigers are for real.
No doubt.
And again, everyone in Tiger Nation was well aware of that. But my goodness, what a huge win. What a weight off of this coaching staff's shoulders, and I'm sure for these young men, these moments, these types of inspired, emotional victories where you have to dig deep, this is where greatness comes from. This is where runs at titles, at championships come from. So, man, I could not be any happier for these guys. What an effort.
Intestinal fortitude, mental toughness, whatever you want to call it. That's what got it done tonight, Mike.
Let's talk.
That's what got it done.
Let's talk about. We talked about, the St. Henry, probably the best 1 through 9 in maybe even the state of Kentucky in terms of skill, experience, and we talked about we had to have our bench had to do something tonight. We had to get points. Those young men, and listen, I'm going to say Cameron Boyd, Brady Moore, Mitchell Berger, Ty Evanston with a big three-pointer, every single one of them stepped up and made big plays. They played big minutes. If that doesn't happen, Greg, this could have been a 25-point loss.
No doubt. No doubt, Mike.
Wow. What a fun game, and man, I'm just so proud of those boys for that dig deep. So we just got our stat sheet from the stat man Kevin Dallas. Let's take a quick look at this.
Mike, what is the first thing I'm going to look at, you think?
Oh, okay. So
Scotty Drought from the free throw line.
Well, first of all,
let's talk about the monkey.
Hold on.
I haven't looked yet. Let's talk about the monkey on his back. Drought heard it all along.
Yes.
You could have made the argument last year
absolutely.
that he cost Beechwood the game against St. Henry.
Yeah.
Shot poorly down the stretch of that game. Let's see what we got.
No, hold on. Don't look at anything.
Okay.
How many points would you guess? Did you see it?
No, I did not.
How many points would you guess?
I'm going to say 32.
Oh, no. Higher. How about 43 points? Third most points ever scored by a Beechwood boys basketball player in school history.
Wow.
Unbelievable performance by Scotty Drought tonight. And listen.
Can I look yet, Mike? I'm like a kid on Christmas.
Yeah,
here.
go ahead.
Look.
While you review it, I'm going to talk. I'm going to go through a couple of these stats, and I'm going to start with Scotty Drought. 43 points, 14 of 26 shooting. More importantly, 13 of 15 from the free throw line, including multiple situations where if he doesn't make free throws, we probably don't win this game. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Cameron Boyd, 14 points, 5 of 8 shooting, 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. And all 4 of those, Greg, huge, came in crucial moments, came in moments where if he doesn't hit them, who knows what happens. Sophomore, again, emphasize that, sophomore. Will Doughton, 8 points. So, and again, here's the thing about Will Doughton we talked about. Will has, for 2.5 quarters, has perhaps his poor shooting effort of the season. Sits and comes back in and does exactly what we said.
That's right.
He showed why he's one of the better, most underrated players in the state because he used his rebounding skills, his leadership skills, his defensive skills, his distribution skills. He finishes with 8 points.
That's right. Will Doughton, one of those guys that struggled tonight, took an extended break on the bench. No doubt Coach Getz, and him had some conversations. He struggled shooting the ball to start the game in the first half, no doubt about it. And give credit to St. Henry. They keyed on, hey.
Yeah, 34 points against South Dearborn. They were watching.
Any coach is going to just look at this Beechwood team and say, hey, if there's one guy that can't get hot from the three-point line, it's Will Doughton, right? So that was part of their scheme and their game plan. And Will Doughton, he got a little frustrated. Mentally, he kind of got out of his head a little bit. We've talked about, those struggles in the past. But, hey, he takes that extended break. He comes back in right off the bench. He goes strong to the rack, gets a quick 2. From that point forward, he did the little things to be successful.
Absolutely.
He played excellent defense. He got his hands on the balls to force some turnovers. He rebounded the ball extraordinarily well in that fourth period.
Cameron Herget finishes with 6 points. Cameron Decker with 5 points. Brady Moore with 4 points. And if ever there was a display of a low point number, not in any way encapsulating what an incredible effort that young man gave. What an incredible game. And Ty Evanston with 3 points to round out the scoring. Tigers shot 49% from the field, 35%, 7 of 20 from beyond the arc, and 22 of 27 for 81.5% from the free throw line.
Mike, we talked about Brady Moore so much. Look at this stat line, right? Is anything on his stats going to jump off the page?
No, absolutely not.
It's the intangibles. Coaches love to talk about the intangibles.
Absolutely.
Brady Moore brought those intangibles.
No doubt. Brady Moore, Mitchell Berger, Ty Evanston, Cameron Boyd. Okay, so Coach Getz, Coach is with us. Coach, congratulations on one of the most fun, come from behind, inspired wins that we've ever seen. That was awesome. How are you feeling?
Man, what a comeback. 34 in the fourth quarter against that team.
Yeah.
Wow. We talked about halftime, they're a top 10 team in the state. Coming in here, we didn't look like we had the requisite fire to make it happen tonight. We were second to the floor. They were getting all the loose balls, and their loose balls were turning into buckets for them. And I felt like that was the difference in the game throughout the middle part of the game. And then, we went to our bench, and those guys came alive. Berger, I just heard you talking about Berger, Evanston, Boyd, and Moore gave us a great shot in the arm. And then we just rode our stud tonight, to the tune of a career high 43. One of the epic nights in the history of the school. He was unreal. He kept us in the game.
Yes.
When we were struggling, and then those guys came in, got some turnovers, and the sophomore hits a couple big shots. And next thing you know, we're creeping closer and closer. And then you start to believe, and all of a sudden the energy in the building just turned around in our favor.
So, briefly, when you were, I believe it was 16 or 17-point deficit midway through the third quarter, you could see from up at our lofty position, Scotty Giroud gets the eye of the tiger. You could tell something overtook him, and he turned it on. Talk to me about that moment when Scotty started pouring in points towards the end of the third quarter to turn things around. How crucial was that, and how awesome was he tonight?
Well, he's got one of the most physical and better players and defenders on him all night long, and
right.
Jude Bessler is just banging him, all over the place. And we're asking him to handle the ball. They're pressing us full court to make us expend energy, and he was just getting to the bucket at will. And he was so efficient, 14 to 26. But more importantly, 13 to 15 from the free throw line.
Yeah, no doubt.
He was just in attack mode all night long, and we just told him at halftime they can't stop him from getting to the bucket. You guys just got to play off him. You need somebody to step in and hit some shots. Willie had a rare off night tonight,
right?
And after the huge night the other night, he struggled a little bit tonight. So then where's the other offense going to come from? And Scotty shouldered more of it than he ever has tonight. But, you got 14 out of the sophomore Cam Boyd 5 of 8 and 4 huge threes.
Yeah, let's
just if his confidence is there and he's knocking in shots, it just gives you another dimension.
In a big game, too, in the biggest of games.
Stage.
I mean, we talked about his moment was coming, and we talked about, a couple of quiet, large point totals. 14 points. Talk about a loud 14 points. 4 huge three-pointers, every single one coming at crucial moments. I mean, that kid is just simply clutch. How fun is that to watch his progression?
Well, we talk about his confidence. Everybody else has total confidence in him. Every time he's open, guys are trying to find him, and they're telling him to shoot the basketball. In the first half, they put the big kid on him, and we're just trying to spread the floor.
Right.
And let him go by. And, that's where his game really needs to grow, where, he made a really nice move and just didn't finish there the one time, but a couple times he drove and kicked it out. But he's a difference maker at the offensive end of the floor, but all those guys off the bench, Ty Evanston gave us great minutes, Brady Moore with just his effort and hustle and helping Scotty handle the basketball and distribute. And Mitchell Berger gave us some key minutes, and they just turned the tempo of the game in our favor. And then our guys closed it out, namely the guy standing right in front of me here, number 2-4.
Yeah, Mitchell Berger, Mike and I talked about it. He had this defensive possession where he was guarding Teton, and he was all up in Teton's business. And then Teton turns around and draws or sets an illegal screen. To me, that was no doubt Mitchell Berger and his intensity.
Well, at that point, we just told him, we wanted to play zone when he was in there. I thought we were very effective the first half doing that, but we were down so big that we couldn't do that. So we just said, Mitchell, you got him, and we were in the bonus at the point. So we just said, if you foul him, you foul him. He's a 57% free throw shooter. So, and we talked as coaches about our bench. It just depends on what you need. If you need shooting and smart, you go to Ty. If you need some ball handling, you go to Brady. If you need some toughness, you go to Mitchell. So we got a little diversity there with those young kids coming off the bench. So big one tonight. Got to get ready for Friday.
So speaking about Brady Moore, Coach, Mike and I were commenting when he came off the bench initially in that second half, I believe it was late in the third quarter, he just brought a spark and an energy. And Mike and I looked at one another and said, hey, if the Tigers, I think it was a 16-point game at that point, and we said, hey, if the Tigers are going to get back in this game, it's going to be because of Brady Moore. And especially his activity on the defensive end and in the full court press. Just talk about Brady Moore a little bit, because his stats aren't ever going to jump off the page, but he brings the intangibles.
Well, he's a winner. He's a football champion who made some of the biggest plays in the state in football. So that's one of the things him and Berger bring, and Herget, obviously. But he had a couple buckets. He had a steal in a bucket. He made 2 huge free throws, which was, I think, his big step for his confidence. And like you said, just his intangibles and the press tonight. If I had one to do over, we would have pressed him the first time more than we did earlier in the game. But as I told you, I felt like we would have been more prepared had this game been played in a more traditional part of the season. I just felt like we were going to get better. And I think we are better than we were 2 weeks ago.
No doubt.
And top to bottom, and I think that showed tonight.
we talked about several times throughout this year. We talked about toughness. We talked about mettle, digging deep. How proud are you of the entire team for on a stage like this, in a game like this, showing the mettle and the courage to pull this one out?
This team hasn't shown they can do that yet. We haven't really been in that position. We've been on the other end of that, and we've been talking about closing people out. The two losses were both very close losses. So you find yourself in that situation, you wonder what's going to happen. How's the huddle going to react? What's the mental state of mind? You got 5 seniors, so you hope that the seniors rally and answer, and they did. But it was led primarily most of the night, just all the night, by Scotty. Making every big play, whether it be a charge or a rebound or getting us a bucket. And then Willie, I thought, came in and gave us a good spurt at the end, and Cam Decker helped us close it out. So the young guys helped, and the seniors got to close it out. But I was happy that we never folded. And you're playing against a really solid team that doesn't cough leads like that up. They handle the ball and they make free throws. So to turn them over and to make that spurt and come back and grab the lead and then close it out, man, what a night for the Tigers.
So we got a big weekend ahead of us. Holy Cross and Simon Kenton, but Holy Cross first district game. Talk about the week ahead in terms of what's in store for the Tigers.
Well, it's a tough week.
Yep.
St. Henry, and then you got Simon Kenton looming on Saturday with senior night, which is another emotional night. And sandwiched in there, you've got your first district seed game, so you got to manage those emotions and those highs and lows. Of course, coming off the high of tonight, you got to make sure you're in tune the next 2 days and get yourself mentally ready. We know them, they know us. We'll be on the road. They're talented with Meyer and Hicks and McClendon, and we've got to be ready to play down there, because it'll be definitely a challenge in the toughest district in northern Kentucky. So we got to come ready to go and take care of business Friday night.
Last question I have to ask: you've had a tremendous coaching career, a lot of games, a lot of big games. This has got to be one of the most fun games you've coached.
I'm having a lot of fun just coaching this team. Yesterday we left practice and we talked as coaches, and I just said these guys just seem to be having a lot of fun. I just hope we can sustain that, because a lot of teams, you get to the middle of the season, that's not the case. These guys with their energy and the seniors leading, and the way guys like Scotty are leading, and what they bring to practice every day, it just has made it a really good environment and a whole lot of fun. And tonight's one of the best wins in at least my era of the program. It's not often Beechwood knocks off a top 10 team in the state.
Right on,
and
Coach.
we're very capable of playing with anybody, and I think tonight showed that.
Well, congratulations on the win. It was amazing to watch and talk about, and many more ahead, sir. Many more ahead.
Very proud of this young man. He's having one heck of a season. He's really matured, and he is playing fantastic basketball, and I just hope everybody is taking notice. He's been very unselfish. He's taking care of business at both ends of the floor. He's the greatest charge taker in the state of Kentucky.
Yes, sir.
He's one of the best
Yes,
rebounding
sir.
guards, and he is he's finding his stroke right now, and he was a lot of fun to watch tonight, man.
Yes,
what a
he
legendary
was.
performance. I'm proud of him.
Yes, he was.
Sir,
Scotty, welcome to the show, buddy.
it's good to be here.
Simple question. What a win. How much fun was that?
It was awesome, especially loss earlier in the season to them.
Yeah.
It was pretty disappointing, them taking away a little part of our season, but it's good to be back here at home, punch them right in their mouth.
Real quick before you get the game, how much of a difference was having the student section here tonight? Was that good for you guys? I mean, did that mean a lot to you?
Yeah, it did. It's always good having fans on our side cheering us on. It gives us motivation.
Okay, so third quarter. Perhaps one of you guys were teetering on the edge of meltdown mode. You get down 17 points. Shots aren't falling. Turnovers are happening. St. Henry's, the momentum swings heavily in their favor, and it's crossroads time. You turn it around and lead this team to one of the most improbable comeback wins that we've seen in quite some time. What happened at that point to turn things around?
I remember Coach Getz called a timeout when we got down 17 and got in the huddle, and I just looked at all the players and I said, hey, we got to step up. We got to get these loose balls, got to get these rebounds. And all those little things add up to the game, and that's what helped us win.
Scotty, we've talked so much, Mike and I, this season about your growth as a player and how much you've matured mentally as a player. This season, it's just like you're seeing the court so clearly. You're understanding the game so
Yeah.
clearly. You know you can get to the basket probably anytime you want, but you all also understand what the defense is going to do. And when they collapse on you, you've been great at finding the open man. You know, you and your other 4 starters, the team chemistry has been amazing. Mm-hmm. You've played so well together. You can tell there's an absolute trust among one another. Just talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, you know, it's really fun. Just getting a lot of assists to all my friends out there. They've been my best friends for forever, you know. And I've been seeing it in practice. We're all hitting shots, so it's really easy, and that opens up the drive game for me. And tonight they just weren't helping off as much as they have been. So they just scored a lot, but it's all to my teammates.
So, you know, you are blessed to have 5. You know, a senior class around you that as you said, you've been playing with for a long time. You guys are tight. You guys know how each other play. You know how to work through ups and downs with each other. The chemistry, as Greg said, has been there. But tonight we saw some younger players come in and help at a crucial time, lead you guys to victory. Mitchell Berger, Brady Moore, Ty Evanston, Cameron Boyd. Talk about, especially at that from almost meltdown till the time you take the lead, how important were those 4 guys in bringing the Tigers back to this win?
Biggest part of the game.
Yeah.
They were out there working their ass off, you know, just helping us get back into the game, getting those little deflections like I was talking about earlier, getting steals and everything. And they were finding me, too, in the third quarter when they were all in, helping us get back. So they helped a lot. They're all studs, too.
Sophomore Cameron Boyd finishes with we talked about Coach Getz, a very loud 14 points, including 4 crucial 3-pointers, 1 at the end of the first half and 3 in the second half, that all seem to come at crucial times. Talk about his game tonight and him as a player and what he will mean to the future of this program.
Oh, he's a great player. You know, there's no doubt in my mind next year he's going to come in here and he's going to win us a lot of games for the because we're all leaving. And he's a really good shooter, and I always look for him because I know it's always going to go in. So.
And what about Brady Moore and his effort tonight, and what does he bring to the table for you guys?
Oh, Brady Moore is a killer. You know, he'll go out there and do all the dirty work. He helps me bring the ball up the court, which is a huge plus because it gets a little tiring sometimes. So, but Brady's just a great player. He's a great kid. I love playing with all of them.
Greg?
You know, Mike referred to it as the eye of the tiger. He saw you have the eye of the tiger tonight.
I did. I said that.
You had
yeah.
You know, you just seemed like you had, especially in the waning minutes of the fourth quarter, you just had that killer instinct, you know, which was exemplified by the fact you went up to the free throw line, stepped up, and made some big free throws tonight. Just overall, you shot the ball very confidently tonight. Just talk about that and how, you know, you got in the zone a little bit, I'm sure, tonight. Just talk about how that felt.
Well, I would think you had to get tired of losing to St. Henry.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
I mean, that had to be part of it. Because, you know, you ranked, they come out 5th in state RPI. You guys are 35th. We know, you guys know, there's not that much difference between
not
you
at
two
all.
teams.
Not at all.
Was that weighing on you at that point, too? I mean,
yeah, it was. My grandpa texted me before the game. He said St. Henry was ranked 8th in the state. Sounds like a good night for an upset, and I told him it would happen. So
nice work, Dr. Drought.
Yeah, right on. So you have a big weekend ahead of you. You have the first district game against Holy Cross, Jacob Meyer, Jeremiah Hicks, and that crew. Then you turn around senior night against Simon Kenton. It's coming to an end. You know, a long, very, very successful career for you. How's it feel to be kind of winding into the home stretch?
It feels good. You know, I feel like our team right now is playing at highest level we've ever been at. So I'm excited that it's kind of coming down to the end, and we're all playing really good.
How far can this team go? How good can this team be?
All the way, not a doubt in my mind. You know, when we break down our huddle for every time we come out, I say state on 3, 1, 2, 3 state. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Greg, you got anything else?
I'm good, buddy. Scotty, I just want to say, man, congratulations on a great win. You know, one thing that I said to Mike at the end of that game was it's one thing for a team to come in and play their best ball and to beat a good team. But it's another when you got to win ugly, and I think that shows real character in a good team. So I just want to say congratulations on a hard-fought, tough game. You know, you all won ugly, and I think that's one of the highest compliments I think you can give to a team is say, hey, when you can win ugly, that shows character, that shows toughness. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And I'll say, 4 years into doing this, and I know this doesn't mean anything to you, but I'm going just so you know, and I think Greg would admit, it's probably the best performance I've seen in someone wearing a Beechwood uniform in my 4 years. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You got a lot of people that are super proud of you, and we can't wait to watch you the rest of the year. Have a great night. Enjoy the win. And once again, congratulations on just a tremendous win. Big win for the program.
Sir.
So,
thank you. Thanks for having me.
all right, buddy. Have a great night.
Thanks, Scotty. Take care, brother.
Greg, I mean that. I've seen state championships in football. I've seen Logan Castleman turn in some of the best performances on a baseball diamond I've ever seen. We've seen Cameron Herget and his storied career on the football field. I'm not sure I've seen a bigger performance out of a Beechwood athlete. I mean,
huge,
and the thing is, here's the thing, right? This is a regular season game.
Right.
This is, it's not postseason, but it's what this win means for this team and what it instills in them. And we're going to see it, a belief that they can be the best team in the ninth region, and it'll translate to how they play.
Yeah, you know what, and Mike, and I want to make sure to bring that up tonight about Scotty as far as how he's evolved as a player. How his basketball IQ has really just gone through the roof compared to last year.
Yeah.
And the reason I want to bring that up is, you Mike, as well as I know, people are going to open up the paper or get online and say, yep, Drought had 43, Scotty Drought show again. That's not what this team is all about, and that's really offensive to say that about this team. Yes, Scotty's a heck of a player, but Scotty did exactly what Scotty was supposed to do tonight, and that's, hey, when things are rolling, you play good team ball, which is what he's done all year. Things weren't rolling tonight, so he took upon himself to shoulder this team and carry him to a win. And it was impressive, and he should be commended for that.
Well, let me present this to you. What does this look like if the Tigers lose this game, especially if they lose the game big?
No doubt.
It's devastating.
The interwebs are going crazy with keyboard warriors right now.
There is no doubt that the Tigers sent a very loud message to Northern Kentucky and across the state with this win tonight, because there weren't many outside of Fort Mitchell that thought that we had what it took to win a game like this. And frankly, a lot of people, I don't think a lot of people understood the growth of Scotty Drought and what he has become this year. So, just a wonderful night to be a Tiger. And with that, we will sign off for the night. Again, we could go for a couple more hours on this, but we're going to go ahead and stop here. Thank you to everyone watching tonight on Boxcast. Thank you to Ryan Booth, Brandon Van Brom, Tim Lillard, and everyone responsible for the technological side of this, including Katie Murphy, who, as always, is a star on the production side of things. Greg, good job by you.
Mike, thank you, buddy. As always, you make me look good. I appreciate it.
I don't know about that. So we will be back Friday night. Or no, actually, we will not. Friday night is on the road at Holy Cross, so we will not be Friday night. Okay, so Friday night we will be here on the air with the girls' senior night, and then Saturday night here, Simon Kenton senior night for the boys. And can you believe senior night for those seniors? We've been here since they were little pups in the high school high school side of things. You know, it's hard to believe, isn't it?
Mike, don't you feel kind of like a proud father that's watched the kids grow up?
I do. I really do. But honestly, this is there's just so much. There's so many great things that can come from a win like this. So I know I echo everyone else, and I can't wait to watch it. So with that, everyone have a great night. Beechwood knocks off St. Henry tonight in the Den.
Number 5 in the state,
ranked RPI-wise. Beechwood ranked 35th. Just a huge upset that everyone will be talking about. We will see you this weekend. Everyone have a great night. Greg, as always, go Tigers.